Thank you. Brother Nahashon Mokaya, Capuchin Friar, residing at St. Patrick Pio Friary, Langata. And I'm one of the players who play volleyball game. And today it happens that we are having a game with Vincentian congregation. So today we are having a friendly as we prepare ourselves to have for competition of inter-communities. Volleyball is a game which is played by 6 players, but that's not limited. You can have as many as possible the outside players who can chip in if at all you want to change. Those are the substitutes. And you agree on how many sets to play, but the sets which are known as 5 sets can play best of 5. That means any team that wins 5 sets, then it wins. But if you agree to play best of 3, then it means that any team that is going to win 2 sets, that means it will win. But a set contains 25 scores, but it can go beyond that if at all you tie. In volleyball, we are not limited with time because we play with sets. And that's why I've said the number of scores, they are 25, but you can go beyond that. If you tie and you happen that the one who is at game ball, and then the one who is coming from behind, the team that is coming from behind, it reaches the game point, then that means you can go 26 or you can go beyond that. So it's not limited with time. It depends how the teams are strong. If you play rough, then you can be given a card, but most of the time is just a warning. But it does not really happen oftenly, but sometimes it happens. When one is spiking, it might jump and it happens that he has hit another one from down the net, so that one can be rough. Or someone as he's spiking and then he misses the ball and then hits an opponent, then that one can be rough. Even short men can play. It depends how flexible you are and how fast you can jump and receive, but it's not limited to tall men. But those who are tall, so to speak, because it's a game of ladies and also gentlemen, they have advantage. If one is tall, he has advantage because he can be good in spiking before another opponent blocks. Yeah, so that is the only advantage of you being tall. But even a short person can play. The role of the referee is the one who officiates the game, but there is also another second ref who helps also in officiating, but we have one official referee. So they help also to check on the umpires. If one spikes outside, that is a score to the other team. To check all those mistakes that might happen to help another team to get scores. So to tell a goal has been scored or a score has been scored is when you don't receive well. So you might, as you're trying to maybe to receive the ball which is up, the tips, and then you hear one is receiving and then he doesn't receive with the tips and receives with the palm. So that is wrong. Also, when one from the other side or the opponent spikes outside the court of the other opponent, so that is a score for the other team. And if you spike and then they fail to receive and the ball drops inside the court, then that is a score. So there is poor reception. There is a net. If you touch the net while you are playing, if you spike outside your opponent's court, so those are part of the scores. And you spike inside for the opponent and they fail to receive, that's a score. Yeah. We don't have cases of offside, but the cases of offside that can be attributed to maybe when you are supposed to be inside. For instance, when your opponent is serving then you are supposed to be, all of you are supposed to be, apart from those who are tossing, apart from the one who is tossing, outside the first court. So if you happen that you are inside the first court, then that one can be taken as an offside, so it's an offense. And the issue of training, it depends how fast one is in mastering the game. So it sort of depends about mastering. There are those who can be very fast in mastering, and there are those who can really take a quite while for him to perfect in the game. So if you are too fast in learning, then it can take you a very short while, very short time. But if you're not that sharp, then that means it can take a quite while for you to perfect in your game. So it's not really given, there is no time frame that within this time frame that I can be better or I can play well. The first two, the people who are in the first court, they are the one who are spikers. And those who are spikers, they happen to be like, they are the strikers of the game of volleyball.
Or which name do you use? Not striker.
They are called spikers.
Oh, spikers.
Yeah.
Their work is to score?
Their work is to score for the team. Yeah.
So
through spiking, through spiking, and then in dodging because they are close to the opponent. Yeah.
So what are the qualities? What are they supposed to be? Are they supposed to be very sharp?
Yeah.
They are supposed to be.
They are supposed to be very sharp, especially in jumping and especially in blocking. So, and flexibility and how fast they can, because it can help before the opponent spikes to score in your side, you happen to block like the one who was blocked that ball.
Apart from being straight, at the same time, they are like defenders, isn't it?
Yeah, they are defending and they are defending and they are spiking at the same time. But they are also helped by the one who are behind them. So if those who are behind them, but if the game is good, even the one who are from behind, they can spike depending with the type of game you are playing or the formation and how good that team is. Yeah, you see, like the one who was defended, it was almost a score. You see, like that good spike. So that is, so a net is not supposed to be touched by anyone. If you touch, that is a score for your opponent. No, you're not limited to play anywhere. You can play anywhere as much as the only thing that is limited is the ball, which is not supposed to fall within your court. But if you are playing, if the ball is within your court and you are the one who are playing, you can play even from outside. But you can use legs, but not oftenly if it forces for you to use. But this is a volleyball and it's mostly used by the hands. But sometimes an exception can happen and it happens that you use the legs.
So when you use the legs?
Anytime they feel like they need to call for timeout, they can call through the captain or through the coach if they are having a coach. So if they're having a coach, they can call for timeout any moment they feel like as a team, but the ball has to be on there. They must be in possession of the ball. That means when they have scored, that's when they can ask for timeout, and then they restructure their team or they communicate with themselves on what they need to improve. We have VR. We have VR for those big teams or for big competitions, because sometimes people spike very fast. Even before you realize, you find that the ball has landed, especially on the line. And then it can happen that the opponent or the one where they have spiked, they say that the ball is outside. So if they happen to say that, then they can check on the VR.